if you just sort of lined them up in a draft, would go well after Carson Wentz would go, who has just elevated this team. And Nick Foles elevated this team, and now in this 6 quarters or whatever it has been, Jalen Hurts has done the same. What does that mean for Carson Wentz?
Yeah, I think, first of all, the thing directly is there's something that we don't see going on with Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz. There is something. You know,
there's a disconnect.
Was completely different. The feel of that game was completely different. That defense played inspired football. And so, you know, you don't go from one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL and one of the top guys in the world to doing what you do to all of a sudden not being able to do it unless it's up here. Like, there's something with his thought process and the disconnect between him and Doug Peterson. But I will say this, and I said this last week, the more Jalen Hurts plays and plays better and wins football games, the question of can we trade Carson Wentz becomes more realistic.
Trade him.
I know the draft picks and the money. I get all that. It's the NFL. Nothing should surprise anybody. And then 2, if people in that organization believe that the draft pick of Jalen Hurts affected Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts continues to play well, how do you have both of them on your team at the same time next year?
Wow.
I don't see how that's even remotely possible. So
go on.
Was great for Jalen Hurts. It was incredibly concerning for me when it comes to Carson Wentz.
Archie, I can hear you agreeing. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It felt a little bit like the beginning of something yesterday. Did it also feel maybe like the end of something?
Beginning of the end.
You know what? You don't necessarily know if it felt like the end of something, but it started to move that ball toward that way. Because think about it. Before this game, what we thought was Doug Peterson said, I made this decision for a week. It felt to me like the Philadelphia Eagles knew they were going back to Carson Wentz at some point very soon, that Carson Wentz was the future of this team. But when you watch your team play inspired football, when the offense runs more smoothly, when the quarterback that you insert is smarter than your starting quarterbacks, makes better decisions than your starting quarterback, you start to wonder. And so now as the weeks stack and you get farther away from watching Carson Wentz bring this team to a point to where they had no chance to make the playoff, you start to think, okay, we have to move away from him. We got a guy. We have a dude who can take the throne and be a better player for this team. And so now, as Carson Wentz sits on that bench and as you see him mope and as you wonder, can he be a good teammate, Dan is absolutely right. Can we have these 2 dudes in the same quarterback room?
All right, so I want to talk much more about this as we go. But oh, by the way, the Saints, who a week ago we were all saying, oh, they're the best team in the world. All of a sudden, they lose a game that I think they won't feel really good about. What was your number 1 question coming out of that, Rex Ryan?
Where was the quarterback designed runs? You know, I wouldn't have been surprised that a quarterback ran for 115 yards in a game. I just thought it was going to be Taysom Hill. I never saw it. We all know we saw Daniel Jones have 2, great quarterback runs against this team. My big question going in here is Philadelphia can't stop the design runs. And I just was shocked that we never saw them.
Yeah. I mean, look at that stat from Hembo up there really quick, RC, I know you had a thought on this as well.
Yeah, so it's not about getting Drew Brees back. It's about Sean Payton getting out of this ego.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank everybody for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here. Wake up. Wake up, guys. Time to get up. Time to make that money, dog. Get up. Get up, you old farts. What's happening? How's everybody doing on this Victory Monday? I've only been able to say that 4 times this year. That's right, only 4 freaking times. All right, so let me make something real clear here. Let me make something real clear. Understand, moderators, okay? Unless somebody is coming in and personally attacking someone, because people have a difference of opinion, don't block them. I've had people blocking my man Philly 500. He's like my boy. Now he's crazy. He's a dingbat, but he's not a guy to be blocked. I've had people block Rashid. He's my boy and all that. I have some fans in here who come in and tell me the Cowboys suck. But understand, they've been fans for a long time. And we don't want to get to the point where we only have people who agree with us. I don't want that. I, in fact, like the conflict. I like to have a dumbass in here from time to time, so that way I can go ahead and say, and do something like this.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
All right? So, and I've gotten people that have been following me for 5-6 years that'll come back and say, hey, man, I got blocked. And you don't seem to understand that, there's a lot of spam and things like that, which are legitimate. If somebody's sending porn, block them. If somebody is sending just straight up spam, check out this channel and this, TV site, this, that, you block them. But we can't go through and block everybody who has a difference of opinion. So we're going to have to clean this up. Say what? Oh, see, like Eastside. Eastside, he's a mother humper. Eastside, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Eastside is harmless, much like his Texans team, okay? He's lonely, he's in his mama's basement, and he's thirsting after all you beautiful women out there, okay? So just be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Okay? Because if we keep getting, too many of these things, Michael Anthony, who's the hatchet man? Michael is the hatchet man. So don't play with Michael. Michael is going to moderate the moderators. Okay? So that's not, well, Eastside, Eastside. You can get on my nerves, so you are borderline. You are borderline. But since your Texans stink, since they're sorry ass, we bring you in for comic relief, okay? All right, so here we are. The Cowboys get a victory, and all of a sudden, we got people say, oh, wait, hold on. Damn, what am I doing? I think I saw Crystal, man. What's up, Crystal? I saw Jessica. I saw Stephanie. I don't know. I'm not sure if I've seen this Stephanie before. If you're new here, Stephanie, welcome to the channel. Okay, let's see. I said Jessica. I said Stephanie. I said Crystal May. Who am I missing? There are a couple more. I'm getting old and all that. Did I see Lola? Let me go back. Because I do not want to forget any of the lovely ladies up in here. I should just. Oh, Dak fan. What's up, Dak fan? How you doing? Let me see. Who else did I forget? Did I miss anybody? Cowboy fan. Did I see Lola? Okay, I think, Mike, if I missed any of the lovely ladies with the style and grace, I can't play that because Biggie got me. Biggie came down from heaven and said, hey, bro, you can't use that. So, welcome to the show tonight. The Dallas Cowboys get a victory. Everybody is a little bit happier. Well, some people are happy. Some people are like, damn, we lost an opportunity. We could have moved down to third place. But see, Mike. But here's the thing.
Got the number 4 pick. That's what I wanted. I want the number 4 pick.
Shout out to, there's a lot of great YouTubers out there, okay? I'm not one of them. I'm just a YouTuber, but there's a lot of great YouTubers. Oh, Joanne Gonzalez. What's up, Joanne? What's up? All right, so, and there's Brian SoCal. I need you to work on something for me too, buddy. I got to put you to work, man. My wife, every time she sees the Spread the Mojo and nothing else, she's like, Brian from SoCal, he captures the essence of Joe Boo. He is the guy. She's like, he is freaking. Oh, there's Gina. What's up, Gina? How you doing? I'm getting to the point where I'm getting like a whole nice group of lovely ladies in here. My good, I bet you, Mike, do you think any of the other channels have this many lovely ladies that join the show that are so knowledgeable about football? Because that's the key. Because most of the ladies up in here know more about football than a lot of you guys.
Not that I know.
I hate to put it out there like that, but it's the truth, okay? I respect all of our ladies that are up in here. All right, so we get a victory yesterday. We blow them out. We literally blow them out. I'm echoing. Uh-oh. Am I echoing? I'm echoing. Let me try that out. Let me know if it's still echo. Ing. Let me know if it's still echoing, okay? Sometimes when I end up using... well, let me know if it's still echoing, okay? Here's what's interesting. Like I was saying, there's a lot of great YouTubers out there that end up putting great content and stuff out. So, if you don't necessarily like what I do, believe me, your sound changed, Mark? Really? Could it be that my voice was just getting higher? Or what? The point I'm saying is I did not block it. Jessica, be cool. It's cool. But we cool. Okay? I was at the game yesterday. It was a 12-hour trip, but it was worth seeing a win. Man, you went to the game? Shout out to you. You're a lot braver than I am. Dallas not touching quarterback in round 1. Well, here's the thing. Back to what I was saying about there's a lot of great YouTubers out there. If you don't like what I do, it's cool. It's cool. Because there's somebody out there that will definitely... My mic is hollow. Okay, let me try that and see if... Oh, I know what it is. Oh, I bet you because I had the outside one. Let's see. Did that take care of it? Did that take care of it? I actually had the mic on the outside. Echoing like a hallway. Okay, let me... Damn. I may have turned off one of the... Let me check my audio supplies. Let's see. Make sure all of the cameras are off. It shouldn't be. All my cameras are off. Mark, it sounds a lot better. Okay, you're good. You know what it is? I know exactly what it is. It's because I had the outside microphones on. And when I have those on, then that's the problem. That's the problem because it'll end up picking up the sound outside. So you got the heat pump that's out there. You got the wind blowing. Okay, all right. So, brother, can you hear me? All right, cool beans. Okay, so Jessica, we'll take care of you later. Jessica. Okay, just be cool. Just be cool. Alan Williams, did I get your email? I got your email. I think you said you got your thing. I don't think I got the picture. Did you send me a picture? I didn't see the picture. All right, back to what I was saying. There's a lot of great Dallas Cowboy YouTube, even other channel YouTubers. There's a lot of great YouTubers that are out there. And Law Nation pointed out something great today. Shout out to Law, okay? Law pointed out teams that have... he went through and he listed Super Bowl champions. And on he put a great caption. How many of these teams that are winning Super Bowls were tankers? And I'm sitting there looking at like Kansas City. I'm looking at New England. New England ain't never tanked. New England ain't never tanked. New England has turned around, won the Super Bowl, turned around and had 12 draft picks the next year. And so when you start thinking about that, it's like, yeah. You start talking about tanking and, and stuff like that. You're just talking about loser talk. So he had a great point. It's like, listen, just go out there and play football. Let everything fall where it falls. Cowboys fan, 1977. Yeah, actually, we've had Fish on a couple times. He'll ask me questions on how to do this, that, and the other. And I've given him tips and things. Try because we're all in here together. We're all trying to get likes and comments and subscribers and things. And so we. Work with each other. Yeah, he's cool. I fish with him all the time. And see, the thing that you want to do, if you decide that you want to, we know Jared Johnson, he's the anti-Dak guy. And he understands that everybody has their stick. His thing is if I yell about Dak Prescott enough and say that he's trash and everything else, he's going to get those fans that really hate Dak Prescott because we know we're in two camps. We got ones that love Dak Prescott, and we got ones that can't stand Dak Prescott. So I'm cool with him having it. That's what I always say. If you're a Dak Prescott hater, go on to Jared Johnson. He'll take care of you. And he even put it out there. Mark Holmes, send me them all. I'll take care of it. So, like I said, there's all a YouTuber that will fit your bill. Me, people will go through and say, well, you're not, really a Dallas Cowboy fan. You're only a Dak Prescott fan. I was a Dallas Cowboy fan long before I ever heard of Dak Prescott.
Before he even...
I mean, seriously. People would say the same thing about, it used to be with Tony Romo. And I was like, yeah, Tony Romo, I used to defend Tony Romo the same way I defend Dak Prescott. And then when I started saying, it's time for Tony Romo to go, you're just a Tony Romo hater. It's like, what do you do? It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I said 2008, I met Tony Romo. Actually, I really didn't. Michael did. But Michael got me his autograph, okay, at Jason Witten's camp where Tony Romo was there.
Oh, no. That's when he was leaving to go see his girl at the time.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson.
Right. And I was
I was running out the car.
Like,
He's like,
I want to get something signed by him. Mike said, okay, I'll go get See, that's my boy right
but
there.
the second
He
time,
took care of it.
the second time we saw him, we had to actually pay.
And the other time, right, because I've got
And that was his
Boo's
best year
jerseys.
too.
In
His
fact,
best
Joe
year.
Boo used to wear a Tony Romo jersey, but people go,
His
"You
best
just
year,
hate
too.
Tony Romo." Tony Romo goes, "You'll stop being." It's like no.
No.
Now, if Dak Prescott,
What about that video you did at Tony Romo's locker with your buddy?
well, in 2014, we ended up doing a recreation.
Yeah, you and one of your buddies
from the
in
movie
Texas.
Major League, which will no longer the Cleveland Indians will no longer be the Cleveland Indians. FYI. We recreated the scene. It's very bad to steal Joe Boo's rum in Tony Romo's locker, and that was the best year that he ever had. We met him that summer, got a picture with Joe Boo and Tony Romo. But people are still saying, you hate Tony Romo. It's like, no, I was happy that Tony Romo got out before he was crippled. And that is an honest fact because, when a guy just starts getting hit and broken up over and over and over again, at some point you got to turn around and say, it's time to stop. You know what's amazing, Charlton? You keep saying that Dak is not as accurate as Romo. That's cool. That's cool. How many years did Tony Romo sit on the bench before he actually played? Because Dak started day one without even having really off season, knowing I'm going to be the starting quarterback. So Tony Romo was eased in there. So when you think about, I'm trying to think. Oh, Mike is a little loud. Okay, let me turn him down just a little bit. I can't remember. Was it 2 or 3 years that he sat out? So you're looking at Tony Romo's second year right now. So you look at the progression of Tony Romo through those years to where Dak is right now. Dak Prescott's really good. So slow your roll on it a little bit. I dare say this much. I say Dak Prescott's a lot more accurate than Carson Wentz. Wouldn't you say that?
Did Dak Prescott ever get benched?
Oh no, but see, that's one of those things that Carson Wentz can do that Dak Prescott can't. But here's an interesting thing that I learned today. Like I said, you want to have an open mind, and this is why I say don't go through and just block people left and right because they may teach you something. They may teach you how not to be an idiot. Eastside Shirley teaches you how you don't try and talk to ladies. Seriously, every time he comes in and says, "I'm looking for a sugar mama," tell you what, that turns off almost every one of the ladies out there. Sugar mama, he looking to take some money? Oh, hell no. Okay, so Eastside Shirley has taught me some stuff. Shout out to you, Eastside. Everybody can teach you something. But I was looking at a Bleacher Report, Cowboys stats. He put on there 20 days, 21 hours, and 36 minutes until the Cowboys can sign Dak Prescott. So, and I wasn't sure when the signing period could be for Dak, if it was after the Super Bowl or if it was when the league year. No, I knew it wasn't the league year started. But for the Cowboys, the week after they're not in the game, that Tuesday at 4 o'clock, they can begin to sign people. So the Cowboys will be eligible to sign Dak Prescott in a little over 3 weeks. So the question is, will the Dallas Cowboys try and hurry up and sign Dak Prescott? Because here's what we're looking at. Okay, and this is where I try and use numbers to give you guys a little knowledge, so forth. I'm not that bright, okay? Understand, I'm really not that bright, but I try hard, okay? Going into, this is right here what we're looking at, okay? At the moment, the floor for the salary cap in the NFL, and I know numbers are born, and a lot of you are turning off right now, but this is important here. Right now, at this moment, the worst the salary cap will be is $176 million, okay? I don't know if you guys, can you see my cursor up here? Okay, my cursor, I made it bigger. I made it bigger and I made it blue. Okay, so right there, that's $176 million. However, there's optimism that it won't drop down that $24 million. They're thinking that it's going to be more around $195, which is great, which means there's an additional $20 million for the teams. And if we look over here, right here, here's our Cowboys. At the moment, we have $24 million. If we add that extra 20, we're at 44. Great. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Dak's going to want $37 million for a franchise tag. But here's where the Cowboys can be proactive as opposed to reactive. They've screwed around with this thing for so long. The best thing they can do is get this deal knocked up out of the way. Actually, Cowboys fan, you're wrong on that. We're fourth. We're 4. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. But let me get to this part right here. The best thing the Cowboys can do is go ahead and get Dak Prescott's deal done. Because that first year, they can make it team-friendly, get it in the 20s. Okay? Save themselves about $25 million in cap room, and they've got some money to go into free agency because free agency will start in the middle of March. You got to declare by the end of February who's going to be franchise tagged. And here's the thing for me. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I look at this, what happened to this year, as an opportunity. This is a red shirt year. You remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl? The year before, they were in the basement. They were. They sucked. They're as bad as they are right now. It was Carson Wentz's rookie year, and they turned things around the next year, and they go on to win the Super Bowl. Think about us in 2015. This can be kind of like 2015, where we're terrible, 4-12. We got high draft picks. We end up getting Dak Prescott. We got Jalen Smith. We got Zeke Elliott. We got Malik Collins in there. We got Anthony Brown. We loaded up in the draft, and we had players that out the gate made contributing. They helped the team. Okay, I can't get that word out there. I don't know what the problem is, but they came out of the bat and were important on our season, and we go 13-3. And here it is. We're basically an Aaron Rodgers miracle away from winning a playoff game. So you look at that, this could be that kind of a season, because if we take care of Dak, we could have some money in free agency. We could have some money. And this is where I look at this and say, forget the old guys, okay, where we're getting the Dontari Pose and the Emerson Griffin, these guys that are way. You need to get that first wave of free agent if you're talking about, a premier guy. You look at what Jamal Adams was, a one-man wrecking gang. And I'm not saying that we should give up a couple of number ones for a guy in a trade, but you need, if you're going to sign a free agent, you need to make sure you're getting a guy that's going to play lights out. Okay, you get Dak done, you'll do that. Mark, why do I have a Bills helmet? I have. Oh, okay. You want to know what?
Those helmets are mine.
Okay. Here's what I got, my man. Because I see what you're going to say. I see what you're going to say.
All those helmets are mine.
What I have here is that is actually the AFC East.
Yeah, they're
right
mine.
there.
I paid for them.
Well, they're a couple of them are mine, aren't they?
All those are mine.
Okay. All right. What we have here is actually a helmet for every team that is in the NFL. So we can put, boom, head to head. So if you look around here, AFC East, AFC North, AFC West, AFC South, and over here we have the NFC. So we got the NFC North, we got the NFC East, the West, and so on. So we have all of the helmets in here. Because I know what you're going to say. Oh, he's not really a Cowboy fan. Stop. This man cave is also, it's a shrine to football. Because there is some stuff that is not just Dallas Cowboys. 90% of it is. But I do have some stuff in there. Do you realize Dak agent would let him accept $100 million guaranteed dollars, right? Nardo, here's the thing. Hey, Nardo, I don't know what you do for a job. But if your job, let's say at your job, they pay, I'm a carpenter, okay? Carpenters make about $30 an hour, okay? $30 an hour, right? That's for the average carpenter. Let's say you're a carpenter and a cabinet maker. You can do more detailed work. You can do really true custom work, right? And they say, you know what? We're going to offer you $20 an hour. But, okay. But the other carpenter over here, who doesn't have the same skill set as me, he's getting $30 an hour. Oh, and this guy calls in sick a lot. He misses time.
Are you talking about Carson Wentz?
I was just talking. I was talking about carpenters. So, yeah, $20 an hour is good, but that guy's making $10 more an hour than I am. Skills, he can't do custom cabinets. He can't do the custom cabinets like I do. He can't make the molding the same way I can do. He can only nail 2x4s together. So I'm supposed to take less money than him? Even though, a guy working at McDonald's, hey, man, I'm only getting $10 an hour, $20 an hour, sounds great. Yeah, but it's not the same thing. You at McDonald's making a Big Mac is not the same as me being a carpenter doing, detail work in a museum. So, yeah, they may have offered him $100 million guaranteed, but Carson Wentz, I think, was $115 million guaranteed. Or 110, right? Carson Wentz. So why should he accept less money than Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz hadn't even won a playoff game, and at this rate, probably never will. So, back to my theory for next year. Next year, quick peek at the schedule. Next year, we play the NFC South, of course, the NFC East, okay, and the AFC West. So, because at the moment we're sitting, and let me pull up, because I know a lot of people will say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. The tankology here. Let's go over here to the tankology list. Here we have the Jets that are holding up on that with that 1-13 record. I don't see them winning the game. Jacksonville at 1-12. Okay, 1-12. Boom, they got the second place. Cincinnati 2-10, holding up the third spot. And then we've got, of course, the Dallas Cowboys are taking the fourth spot with 4-9 record. Now the Chargers are right on our behind at 4-9, along with Carolina, Atlanta, and Houston. And poor Houston. How would you like to be Houston? You got a top 10 pick, and you got to ship it to Miami. Who's going to be in the playoffs? Damn, that sucks. That really sucks if you're the Houston Texans. Eastside? Eastside. Where are you, Eastside? Eastside, where are you? Where are you? Okay. So we're sitting at the fourth spot. Next year, here's where we got home games outside. I mean, we always, of course, have the Giants, the Washington football team, and the Eagles at home, and the Washington Giants and Eagles on the road. That's a given. That's a given, right? But next year at home, we'll play the Falcons. Okay? Falcons at home. We'll play the Panthers at home. We'll play the Raiders at home. And we'll play the Broncos. Those are our out-of-division games at home. Away, we'll have to play in New Orleans. That's going to be tough. But here's an interesting part right here. Let's go back here. Let's go back here for 1 second to the NFL statistics. Boom. Here's what's crazy. I want you to take a good look here all the way down at the bottom. Right now, the New Orleans Saints are $94 million in the red. They're going to have to gut the team. Drew Brees isn't the same guy. He can't stay healthy. Tyson Hill, you think that's the guy? You think Shameless Winston is going to be the quarterback for him? They have to gut the team. They're $94 million over the cap. They have to implode. They have to blow that sucker up. They have to blow that up. How do I know the schedule? Because I'm real smart, Mango. I got this because you rotate divisions every year, okay? It's a 4-year rotation, okay? So you play everybody. Next up for us is the NFC South and the AFC West. So those games are right there, and they're already started working on some of the stuff on the schedule. So here's the thing. Our games at home, like I said, we're going to have the Saints at home. We're going to have the Buccaneers at home. Do you think Tom Brady's going to play another year after this year?
They're not even guaranteed to make the playoffs.
Okay, I mean the Bucks could be without a quarterback next year. Just saying. We got the Chiefs. Well, okay, the Chiefs at least. I mean, we're going to Kansas City. Okay, so we're going to get our ass handed to us that game. Okay, and we got the Chargers. They're up here with the tankology right there with us. And then because we stink, we will play 2 games with teams that are like location. So we're talking about possibly the 49ers and the Lions. That's your schedule. Mark Hutchin, if we went out, where would our draft pick be? Here's one caveat I can tell you right now. I can't tell you exactly where it'll be because it's really dependent on how everybody else plays as well. Right now we're in the 4th spot, but we have 5 teams that also have the same record that are behind us. It goes to strength of schedule. And since ours is one of the easier schedules, that's why we're ahead of them. If we were to win out, here's the thing. Unless Washington loses all 3 of their games, we don't make the playoffs. You don't. You can't. The only way you make the playoffs is you win all 3 and Washington loses all 3 of theirs because they own the tiebreaker against us. So the chances of us making the playoffs are slim and none, which is fine. Because if you win the division, you will draft at best 19th. More than likely, and I'll go back to the tankology here. The Eagles right now are sitting here at 9th. Okay, 4-8-1. Okay, they're still inside the top 10. The Giants are right at 10 at 5-8. So more than likely, you'll still be a top 10 pick, even if we win a couple of games. John, let me go back to that again, John. The only way we make the playoffs is we win all 3 games and Washington loses all 3. If Washington wins 1 game, we're eliminated. That's it, period. Washington wins 1 game, we are officially eliminated from playoff contention. So the chances of us making the playoffs aren't really good. And it's not worth it. I know we got the win yesterday. I know everybody's all hyped up. Man, we blew them out. We kicked that ass. Okay, we're playing a bad team, an awful team that lost their rookie quarterback starter. Okay? I know that they came back and they tied the Eagles in the beginning of the season. I know the Giants had a hard time. But listen, we only did what we were supposed to do with the bad team. And we're a bad team. Okay? So don't get too excited about that one. It's not worth it. Right now, pack your line. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching a victory. I enjoyed not being mad. But here's the thing. We got to look at this. We got to look at this and be smart. And this is where Jerry Jones, I wish Jerry Jones would just back away and say, you know what? I'm going to let football people take care of this. I have screwed this up too many times because I've had my hands all over it. I'm getting old. I've got less days in front of me than I do behind me. I need this to be a bang-out draft. I need to, for once, go ahead and say, you know what? Instead of getting so-so guys in free agency, if I'm going to make a move, I'm going to get a lights-out guy. And instead of always going for wide receivers and defensive ends, I'm going to take care of the defensive line and a safety. I got to do it. I got to do it. You have to do it. We are a very bad team. I think you mean bad team, don't you? We are a bad team. Why is it not worth it? Because, Dave, you're basically going to get 5 minutes of glory of going through. Right now, and here's the thing, Dave. You win the games you can win. I'm not saying don't go out and win because they're going to go out and try and win. I just am not trying to set up expectations. If they were by some miracle, and it would be able to win the division, hey, I'm fine with it. I'm not going to say, oh, no, throw it back. But the reality of it is you're just not there. You don't have the guys to compete on it. The Bengals are not a good team, and we're not a good team. Now, we're facing another bad team next week in the 49ers that are on, their backup quarterback, third-string quarterback or whatever, and they're a bad team. So we got 2 bad teams playing. Do I want to beat the Giants and the Eagles so I can at least have bragging rights? Hell yeah. I definitely want to have something to throw back at Philly 500, leave a bad taste in his mouth, and I damn sure don't want to hear Cop Pizzle talking about bend the knee. Bend the knee? How the hell what is up with that? Why is these fools always talking about bending some damn knee?
Ask the Giant fans that.
I mean, seriously.
The ones that are saying it. Ain't nobody else saying it but those Giant fans.
We have a defense? Oh, Lordy.
No, we don't.
Jalen Smith was our highest graded defender yesterday. That was one of his better games. Did you see him do the spin move away from the tackler?
DeMarcus Lawrence had a good game yesterday, too.
He literally, the running back is coming in the hole right there by him. He spun outside away from the play. Well, see, and my man, you're right. It's because here's the thing I look at is this. Okay. we get through. And like Zeke Elliott, I don't know if there's a reason to play Zeke the last 3 games. His calf is shot. We got really nothing to play for right now. Like I said, if we get somebody there, fine. If we don't, it's okay. I'd rather let him start rehabbing this leg, figure out what is wrong with him, let him get some rest, because I need him next year to be effective. He's too expensive to cut. I can't do that. I got Zach Martin, best guard in football, coming back. What's actually happened over the course of the last couple of weeks, quietly, it's been real quiet. Terrence Steele has gone from brittle steel to actually being a little bit hardened steel. Terrence Steele, I don't think he gave up any pressures yesterday. Now, again, it was against the Bengals. It wasn't against Washington. There's a big difference there. But he's playing better because he's getting some experience. Tyler Badass, that guy, get him some more experience now that he's back. Start building towards next year. You can play around with and experiment with different sets and different things with different people and start getting to know your personnel. Well, I don't know if Wade Phillips is coming back. Wade Phillips is getting kind of long in the tooth. He's getting that kind of grandpa, where he might, I have that dementia. And I'm not sure that he ain't started having some of that set in just yet. Yeah, I'm not sure Wade is just a man just yet. But we'll see. We think Mike Nolan's probably going to be fired. Mike McCarthy, they've already told him that, you're safe. Okay? No, we do not keep Nolan. Well, no, I said Nolan. I didn't say we're going to keep Nolan, but Nolan is the guy on the hot seat. Uncle Charles, what's up? Terrence Steele did his thing. Yeah, he's gotten better. So if we can get some of these guys, if we can get a Terrence Steele up to speed, we get a Tyler Badass, that's really going. Connor Williams is playing well. We get a Lyle Collins. You get Tyron Smith. We draft another tackle. Then all of a sudden you got a great offensive line. You got a great offensive line again. You come back with a healthy Zeke. If they're not too stupid, and Jerry Jones is always talking about,
I don't have time to have a bad time. It isn't on my schedule.
It ain't on his schedule about having a bad time. You get Dak Prescott in there, who we know works with the people we have. You got an offense. You don't need much on the offensive side of the ball. We can take the 11 picks that we have, most of that. And if it ends up being that we have that 4th pick, and somebody wants to trade up because they say that there's a quarterback or a guy that we know we can get and we can trade back and get some more draft capital, hey, that's the way to go. Because here's the interesting thing. We've seen so many times, you can look at Jamarcus Russell, you can look at Vince Young, the Dream Team. You remember the Dream Team? When he went to the Eagles and talked about the Dream Team, it turned into a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
With your boy.
You've seen guys like Josh Rosen. You've seen Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. We've seen, Winston, and we've seen Mariota. And when teams have traded up to get quarterbacks, the interesting thing is when they give up all that draft capital, it ends up hurting the team elsewhere. Cleveland traded with the Eagles. And you look at the place where the Eagles are now. Let me go back to that. Let me go back over here to show you guys this one more time, because this is where it's interesting. You see the Eagles down here, $65 million in the red. See, that's another team that's going to have to gut themselves. They're going to have to gut the roster because they're way over. They've got that money they paid Carson Wentz that, maybe they could move that to the Colts because Frank Wright used to have Carson Wentz, but they've screwed him up. He's screwed over. They have an aging roster. They have a lot of free agents. They're going to have to basically implode it and start over. And part of the reason why they had to do that is they took so much draft capital. When you're talking about trading 2 number 1s and a 2nd and a 3rd and a 5th and all that, those are guys that should be players that are young that aren't costing you a lot of money on your roster. But instead, they go out and have to sign a guy like Slay. They go out and sign, free agents here, a free agent there, a free agent, and that balloons that money that they owe. The same thing you could say about the Rams. The Rams, look, $20 million in the red. Again, they ended up making the blockbuster trade with the Titans. Titans? Where are the? Let me see. Where are the Titans? Titans right now, they at least still have $8 million of cap space left. That's $30 million different than what the Rams have. And you look at the roster for the Titans, it's a much better roster than what the Rams have. So all this talk of let's go grab another quarterback because we can just trash and get rid of a Dak Prescott. We don't need him. We can just get one of these young guys and plug him in, and automatically he's going to be great. Just like, Andy Dalton. With the weapons that we have, Andy Dalton is going to be the same as Dak Prescott. No. It's not the same. Love how the Eagles fans have Dak on their mind, and then their own bum quarterback go to sleep thinking about Cowboys and Dak. Well, the interesting thing about that situation for the Eagles is the problem is not Zeke. It's the formation and no fullback not being used. And it's also the line, too,
I think
John.
It's more of the line than
it's the line. Listen, you looked at some of those holes. I don't care if you had Jim Brown in his heyday. He wasn't getting through those holes. But that's key right there. First name, last name. You are 100% right that Dak Prescott is the engine that drives that team. Those guys look to Dak Prescott and get motivated. And that's the thing that happened with the Eagles. It wasn't that Hurts did spectacular things throwing the football, although he did with his legs. He did run the football really, really well, which helped him. But see, everybody else got excited. Everybody elevated their game just a little bit and got the momentum going. Carson Wentz is a buzzkill. They look at him and say, damn, Nick Foles took us to the Super Bowl. What have you done for us? You ain't done jack. And they say that this guy is not a locker room guy and is just not well liked. You don't have that problem with Dak Prescott. So as I look at the schedule, as it stands now, and that's subject to change, two of the worst teams on here are the Chiefs and the Saints. I think the Saints are going to have to implode because they're so far over the thing. 49ers should be better than where they are now, but I'm not saying that I'm going to be that scared of the 49ers. But the Falcons, the Panthers, the Raiders, and the Broncos, that's a cake schedule. That's kind of like 2013 when we had a fourth-place schedule. You can go out there, you can win some games and be in a position to make the playoffs really easily. And understand that it wasn't that New England every year is having to battle it out in a black and blue division to make the playoffs. Most years, they got 3 patsies in their division that don't get over 500. That's 6 wins that they automatically have every year to start the season. They end up winning a few more. Boom, they got home field advantage. And they cruise right into the Super Bowl. And more times than not, the teams that make the Super Bowl usually are kind of in a bad division. 2018 is one of Dak's best. Seahawks reign, laugh out loud, true. But we've got to fix the defense. We have got to fix the D. And we have got to get defensive tackles that shut down running games. We've seen flashes from Antoine Woods. We've seen flashes from Gillimore. We saw flashes from Tristan Hill. I had hoped that Dontari Poe was going to be the guy that could really help us step up. But we have to clog up the middle. If we do not worry about that, and if we do not get a real safety, oh my God, I need a safety. God, I need a safety. What I wouldn't do for a safety. If we do those things, this season will go from the outhouse to the penthouse. So, Philly D fan, Dak swept y'all and started out 3-5 and ended up 10-6. Conversation over. We sure did. That was coming off the Eagles Super Bowl season. They don't remember that one, though. But you know what's sad, though? I kind of hate that Carson Wentz is being benched, man, because it's kind of like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. All the jokes that you had about the Eagles no longer worked. No, seriously. We couldn't call them the ringless wonders anymore because, they got a ring.
Our divisional record.
And that's where, our public service announcements.
For those of you who want to come down in person, we'll be serving hot coffee and delicious Carson Wentz apple turnovers.
We promise not to run out because he's made a lot of turnovers.
He's like a turnover factory, that guy.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. And then especially this one. Oh God, this is my favorite. This is like an Well, we actually beat the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs. We did have one win. I'm not saying we did great, but we did beat the Seattle Seahawks one time. I'm going to ask, what did Carson Wentz do in the playoffs? Oh, that's right. He got knocked the F out, didn't he? He got a concussion. That's right, and you lost it. Mark, do you think the defense players feel that they could be released any day? I don't think that, well, depending on which ones. I don't think Jalen Smith worries about that or DeMarcus Lawrence. But it doesn't mean that at the end of the year you're going to be resigned. Now, yesterday we had Tyrone Crawford actually get 2 sacks. Okay. Well, Tyrone Crawford is on the last year of his deal, where he's making $9.8 million. I don't think he's going to be resigned. I think there's going to we have Xavier Woods, that guy, end of his contract. Don't think he's going to be resigned. Jordan Lewis, maybe he gets resigned. I don't know. And who am I missing? Awuzie. I'm not sure Awuzie gets resigned. I would say maybe Awuzie or Lewis may get resigned, one or the other, but I'm not sure that both of them get that next big contract. I just don't. I think that they're going to be looking for what I think, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to look for one veteran cornerback or safety that's a real guy. I'm not talking about like Clinton Ha-Ha-Dix. I'm talking about a guy that's a proven guy. And damn, I wish we had gotten Honey Badger a few years ago. Somebody said to get that guy.
Didn't he just win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, he did.
With 4 other Dallas Cowboys.
Donovan Wilson will be back, but they're going to let guys. I think 2 of those guys are going to go. I think Jordan Lewis and Xavier Woods got to go. Xavier Woods, I'm sorry. I've seen so much bad angles, poor tackling, and for a guy that actually said, nobody gives 100%. No, dude, you don't say stuff like that. So there's going to be some changes on there. Listen, Doc Walker has currently been let go by Sports Talk 980. He is a rival guy, but Doc Walker always had some good stuff that he talked about. As he put it, when you have a defense that's giving up, averaging, I guess it's dropped now since yesterday's game, so maybe it's about 30 points a game. When you have a defense that's giving up 30 points a game and your team is losing, I can lose without you. There is nobody who is safe when you are the worst defense of football. So from that standpoint, everybody should be evaluated, from Jalen Smith to Vander Esch, because the linebackers have been, where we thought we had young stud linebackers. Sorry, they're not doing the job. The cornerbacks, terrible coverage. Safeties, garbage. Makes you miss Jeff Heath, doesn't it? You know what's amazing? Byron Jones and Jeff Heath have both intercepted Pat Mahomes. Doesn't that drive you crazy? The guys we couldn't get to bust a grape here have gotten interceptions for Pat Mahomes.
And 4 guys won a Super Bowl with Pat Mahomes.
It just makes you crazy. And also with that, defensive players need to be evaluated, I think a defensive coach needs to be evaluated as well. It may be that we end up bringing in a new regime for that defense. Nobody can't touch Simmons after Denver gave him the franchise tag. Washington's whole D-line was drafted. And see, Big Wizzy, that's what's key. Think about Washington football team, how they used to be. They always make that big splash. We're going to get this free agent, and that started back in the day when they signed Deion Sanders, prime time after his prime. They signed Bruce Smith. They signed Albert Hainsworth, the first $100 million contract for a defender. Adam Archuleta, they thought that guy was going to be good and a game changer. But they kept getting, Josh Norman, Collins from New York. They kept trying to get, we're going to build our stuff through free agency. But it never worked. But what's working for them now is they drafted these guys. They've got a bunch of young pups. They got a bunch of, not pups, they got straight up dogs on that defensive line. Chase Young is scaring people. Chase, seriously.
He got a pick 6 yesterday.
If you're a quarterback right now, okay, you're a quarterback in the shotgun right now.
The man got a pick 6 yesterday.
You're thinking about my assignments and stuff, and you're thinking about how fast can I get rid of the ball, because that mean SOB, that big mother humper, he's coming after me. Only thing I can do is run like hell or get rid of the damn football. That's what I'm thinking about over there. Out of the corner of my eye, I ain't thinking about the assignments. That is a game changer just by intimidation. That's what a Charles Haley was. People looked at Charles Haley and said, that guy's crazy. They said that on his own team. That guy can put me in the hospital. I got to get rid of the ball. Or he's coming my way. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. And as I'm trying to get the hell out of here, boom. Strip sack, fumble, interception, turnover, game changer. That's why you have to get a defense. We won yesterday not because of, and now all of a sudden, Skip Bayless is sitting there talking about, Andy Dalton, he played a great game and everything else. Okay, wait. Let's stop right here. Let's time out. It was 186 yards. He didn't turn the ball over, so I guess you can say, okay, that was good. But keep in mind, Aldon Smith got a fumble return for 6. We got a punt return that was all the way down like on the, 20-yard line? And we got another 2 takeaways. They made the job easy for the offense, which is great. I'd love to see that happen for Dak. Because if we could get that against good teams and get the offense playing, guys, with this schedule, we can do some damage. So that's where I am. The game winning yesterday definitely didn't hurt us. If we end up winning a couple of games, we'll still be in the top 10. We're still in good position to get guys that can be game changers. Right now, we're playing with house money. I don't remember D-Law making an impact that quick. No, he didn't. D-Law's first year, he was injured most of the first year, but when we got to the playoffs against the Lions, he ended up having 2 sacks. And that was his rookie year. He had 2 sacks on the season. His second year, I think he had 7 sacks. His third year, he had the back surgery and the PED suspension, and he only had 1 sack. And we were looking and thinking that maybe this guy is a bust. It was really his 4th year that he came through and started playing. But now, also, too, Chase Young is a grown-ass man. But make no mistake about it, he's better because of the other guys that are also there on that defense. It's not just him. And see, this is where having a D-Law and an Aldon Smith out there and being able to rotate a Randy Gregory helps your edge. But see, the thing is what you really and truly need is you need, Gallimore to get a little more meat on him. Angry. for next year where he can really get a big push. Got to go, William. Take it easy, William. One other thing. If you are a tailgate member, listen. And I should have put it up on the screen. My bad. I forgot to put it up on here. But if you're a tailgate member, I need you to go to the join button and click on that so you get the address for Michael Anthony
But if you get the email from stamps.com, don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you get an email from stamps.com, then you're taken care of. If you're a tailgate member, can you say hey to my cousin Napoleon? Napoleon? I haven't heard anybody called Napoleon.
I haven't either since the movie.
Really? Okay, I forgot. Napoleon Dynamite. Winslow, shout out to your cousin Napoleon, okay? Tell him I said, hey, what's up? What's up? If we can get those defensive tackles and a safety that when somebody comes across the middle that he can jack them up, that defense is going to be good. That defense will be good. We've got a few pieces, but we need a whole lot more. And linebackers, oh, my God. Linebackers, yeah, we need some help there too. But that's where we need to focus. And if we focus on that, next year will be so much better. Hell, next year will be better just getting Dak back. Just getting Dak back will make the team better next year. Kellen Moore needs to go.
Yes, he does.
See, this is where I'm kind of on the fence, though, because, Amadeus, he's about 305, but he actually lost about 20 pounds his senior year to get himself a little quicker. But see, what happens when you get to the NFL, you look at Stello. Who the hell is Harold? It must be Eastside Harold, I guess. Harold. Shout out to you, Stello, man. Long time no see.
Harold.
But what happens is Connor McGovern. Remember when we saw him last year? Oh, yeah. He was tall, but he had that kind of baby kind of build on him. He didn't have that man body yet and stuff. So, and that's where Neville, probably he'll still have some of that baby fat on him. He needs that off season of bulking up and getting his strength. Oh, there's Miss Jackie. Oh, thank you, Miss Jackie, for showing up. Oh, my goodness, Miss Jackie, I hope you're feeling better. Please take care, Miss Jackie. Please take care. Oh, my goodness. I hope everything's okay. AC Money says, coaching is ass. Did somebody say ass? Did somebody say ass?
I fire Howard. Fucking fire him. Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's stupid. I fired his ass. I fired his ass. I mean, how he's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him. You.
Oh, man. I love that. That has to be he should get an award for that. We should come up with the YouTube awards, and he definitely should be a winner. That echo makes. Whenever I know why it does the echo. I gotta turn. Let me. Okay, we're gonna replay that for a second. Tell me if you still get the echo here. We'll do a test since everybody loves it. Okay, let me know if you still hear the echo.
I fire Howard. Fucking fire him. Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. his ass. I mean, Howie's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him. You.
Still, okay, did it echo all the way through? Did it echo? Because I tried one other thing while I was in the middle of it. Okay, well, all right. But it only does it when I play the videos, though, right? Okay, so I'll try to have to figure it out. Somewhere it's repeating through the system and all the TVs and stuff, but, I try. You told me months ago to draft a safety. Remember a safety to seal the deal. I told you. I agree with you, man. I agree. What do you want to say? That they decided, no, we don't want him. They could have had a safety before, after Tristan Hill. There were 3 great safeties that were drafted after him. But it is what it is. Is Klein to make him feel? Rob and. So, Rob, what's the problem with that? I'm okay. Listen, I've come to the realization that my team is terrible, but I am looking for my team to turn around next year. I have hope for next year. Do you Eagles have hope for next year? After you see your $33 million man who was replaced by a rookie?
They probably do with Hurts, though.
But you still got to pay the man.
Wentz, though.
You still got to pay the man. But, like I said, I've come to the realization I'm okay with where we are. I'm okay. It's now about figuring out what we can do. You correct the echo issue? Yeah, see, I know what it is. If I end up having it come back to play in my ear, so that way I can hear the clips, I think it echoes. So I have to keep that off. So if I do it that way, it won't do it. So I
live it close to the mic with your headphones. Sometimes
I turned it actually that off so I couldn't hear it. But there's a button that there's a button that if I turn it on, I can hear what's playing in the system, and it comes back, and I think it reverberates through it. So again, this is what happens when you got broke ass media. BAM for short. We need to get a real GM in the draft. You know what? Oh, back to the whole thing about fire Kellen Moore. I don't know that Kellen Moore is the biggest problem you have because, listen, with Dak Prescott in there, we were scoring 33 points a game. How much more scoring are you expecting? But if your defense is giving up 32, 36 points a game, you're not going to win. I'm more worried about getting a defense that's going to stop those points. We score enough points. If we were any other team, we'd be undefeated. Seriously. If we had a defense that stopped the league average, which is about 20 points, if we had a defense that just averaged giving up 20 points, you don't think we'd be one of the top teams with Dak Prescott? Seriously. In fact, hold it. Let's do this before we get, I was getting ready to leave here, but let me go through here. Let me look up something here. Scoring defense. Let's look at this real. Just humor me for a second here, before we go. Okay, this is scoring defense. Okay, I want you guys because I get sick and tired of people saying Dak is trash. He can't win. He can't win. He can't win. Because our defense can't stop crap. Now look at this. Pittsburgh is giving up 18.2 points a game. How many games do you think we would have won with Dak Prescott if we only gave up 18.2 points a game? Seriously. Understand, look. How many, as we go down the bottom of this list, let's see where the last a team that's headed for the playoffs actually sits. Okay, Dallas, we dropped down to 30.8 because we held them to 7 points last week. Woohoo, great job. The Jets give up less points than our team. The Jets, let me say that again. The Jets, who have no wins, give up less points than our defense. The Raiders, who just fired their defensive coordinator yesterday, they give up less points than the Cowboys. The Lions give up less points than the Dallas Cowboys at 29. Jacksonville, who's the number 2 pick, gives up less points than the Cowboys. The Chargers, who are right there with us, give up 27.8 points a game. Houston, which Eastside, you still here? They stink. They give up, with J.J. Watt, 27. Minnesota, they're not going to the playoffs, 27. Cleveland is the first team that you look at that's a playoff team that's giving up points, 26. But that's 5 points less than we do. 5 points. Denver, they ain't going nowhere. Cincinnati, they ain't going anywhere. Tennessee, 25. That's still 6 points less than we do. Carolina, they're not going anywhere. Philadelphia, they aren't. Seattle, it's amazing that the Seattle Seahawks are still in it with the points they give up. But Russell Wilson, he can't lead them to victory every time. Green Bay, well, a lot of that's garbage time, though, too. Atlanta, they stink. Buffalo, San Francisco. But take a look. If we were just the Giants giving up 22.4 points a game, there's a lot of games we would have won this season, if we gave up 8 points less a game. And the thing is we don't have to be incredibly better on defense, just a little bit. Can you stop a little bit? Can we take, 40 yards less running against us in some of these games? Can we keep a touchdown less on scoring? And you're going to win games with that offense that you have. And see, this is where everybody keeps saying, well, Dak lost it. No, your freaking defense lost. Your defense is giving up more points than the Jets. Than the Jets. Are you crazy? The Jets. This kind of stuff that makes me lose my religion, because idiots out there keep saying, oh, we need another quarterback because we can't win games. Your defense can't win shit. That's it. Now, in the Eagles' case, it's their quarterback is part of the reason there, because, well, he leads the NFL in sacks, he leads the NFL in fumbles, leads the NFL in interceptions. So, yeah. Miss Jackie, you have the flu? Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you get better soon. Get some rest, drink some tea, and, get some rest, drink some tea, take some meds. These Eagle fans crack me up. Stello! Oh, snap. Mark School and Professor Holmes educate. But no, I'm serious, though. We have so many people. Oh, and it's because of the talking heads out there that literally go through, well, Dak Prescott, he lost in the playoff. Oh, my God. He's not the only one. How many drop passes do we? I'm not saying that Dak doesn't have some blame, because he does. Nobody's out there perfect. But Pat Mahomes throws 3 interceptions yesterday, but they still win. Why? Because the team played well with them. The team played well together. They were able to overcome those mistakes. And that's football. It's not about just one guy. And here's the final point before we got here. You guys got a little overtime. Show the Carson Wentz turn. Okay, yeah. Now, this is hard to come over. And let's see if we get an echo on this one. This is hard to overcome. Bill B just come out of the closet. What are you talking about? Hopefully you didn't get the echo. Did you get the echo on that one? Hopefully you didn't get the echo that time.
They're saying no echo. No.
Okay, so yeah, I just can't listen to my own stuff. Okay, so that's where we are. I'm hopeful for next year. With the team. We'll have that 4th place schedule. We'll have draft picks. We'll have Dak Prescott back. Hopefully we'll have Mike McCarthy, who will wake up. Maybe we'll have a different defensive coordinator. Hopefully all these things go together and makes it together. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay, cool. All right, cool beans. What's funny? You know what? Something's missing, Mike.
What's that?
Giant fans. I didn't even see Rashid in here tonight.
Oh, well, he is working though.
What happened to all the Giant fans?
Oh, they're the only one division that lost yesterday.
Wait a minute.
They're the only one division that lost.
Last week they were all in here, bend the knee, bend the knee. What happened? What happened, Giant fans? What? Seriously. What happened to you, Giant fans? Last week, Mark Holmes, bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee. Seriously. This week, we can't find you. Can't find you.
They lost because of Daniel Jones.
Oh, Danny. The defense, Danny broke ass. Danny broke ass.
Their defense was keeping them in the game, but the offense couldn't do nothing.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I have finally got a chance to add some of those pictures that I've been missing with the shot glasses. Okay. Again, if you are a tailgate member, make sure you go to the join button because I need your address again. I need your address. Okay. They've crawled under a rock again. Yeah, they came out for a second, thought it was safe, and then they found out, it's not good. But listen, I appreciate everybody coming in here, and it's time to get your shots ready. Shots. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate all that you've done. Miss Jackie, take care of that flu bug. Everybody out there, Be safe. If I don't see you between now and Christmas, because some of y'all might not be here, you might be taking care of other things and all that, have a great holiday season. And again, tailgate members, make sure you get in touch with us because we want to take care of you guys. You guys have helped to take care of us. You've helped the channel grow. And each and every one of you guys have helped the channel grow just by subscribing, by liking, by commenting. All those things have helped us to grow. And hopefully we can get through the last couple of weeks of this crazy 2020, and 2021 will be even better, and we are going to continue to keep growing. We're going to keep evolving. We're going to keep trying to get better and bring you guys the best content on YouTube. Hopefully, I'm going to try to bring you the best content on YouTube, and we're going to be doing some special things that I'm in the works of right now. Alan, yeah, send me that picture again, please, buddy. I appreciate you and hope you enjoy your rack. I will